So it's safe to say that the Wednesday night Republican debate was nothing more than a continuation of the ongoing crap show that we have seen during this Republican primary. And Donald Trump himself, though not on stage, was also not impressed with the performance of the other Republicans running against him. So he is now imploring the RNC to just cancel all the future Republican debates. He says it's time that we focus our fire on President Biden. So these guys and gals, they don't need to be chit-chatting up on stage anymore. Rally behind me and let's just get this over with. Here's a statement that Donald Trump's office put out after the debate on Wednesday. Tonight's GOP debate was as boring and inconsequential as the first debate, and nothing that was said will change the dynamics of the primary contest being dominated by President Trump. President Trump has a 40 or 50-point lead in the primary election and a 10-point lead over Joe Biden in the general election, and it's clear that President Trump alone can defeat Biden. The RNC should immediately put an end to any further primary debates so we can train our fire on crooked Joe Biden and quit wasting time and money that could be going to evicting Biden from the White House. In other words, thanks for playing everybody else, but I've pretty much got this on lockdown. Based on a couple of polls that so far have not been replicated, by the way, with other polls that have come out. So it does appear at this point that that 10-point lead that Trump has in that, Washington Post ABC poll is likely just an outlier. But here's the thing, and that doesn't mean we need to just rest on our laurels and think everything's okay. No, still kind of panicked, but Trump doesn't want these other people to stop debating because he wants everybody to focus on Biden. What is really getting under Trump's skin is the fact that the candidates, including Ron DeSantis, actually decided to take some pretty solid shots at Donald Trump. He got his feelings hurt during that debate, and so he doesn't want anybody debating anymore. That's the bottom line here. That's what his real problem is. It's not because, I'm going to beat you all, so just shut up and go away. No. They started attacking him up on that stage. Again, even Ron DeSantis, who prior to the first debate, we got his debate talking points, his prep that said, make sure you praise Trump. He didn't do that this time, and that's what's making Trump mad. He doesn't want to participate in the debates because he is, as Chris Christie correctly pointed out, scared to be up on stage with those people, scared to be called out for his record. So he'd rather sit at home and whine and cry about it. But by doing that, he opens himself up to the fire of these other Republicans, and he's not up on stage to defend himself or deflect or to attack them. That's what he doesn't like. So he could change it. He could just show up at the debate, right? I mean, you can go and get up there with your former friends and start attacking them too. Or you could act this childish way that you've chosen to go and just complain to the RNC saying, stop all the stupidity, just make me your king, and we'll move on from there. RNC has not made a decision on whether or not they're going to take Donald Trump's advice into consideration, but at this point, considering how bad all of the other candidates looked up on that stage this week, honestly, if I were a Republican, if I were at the RNC, I might take Trump's advice because those other morons are only making your party look worse. You'd much rather have one idiot making your party look stupid than 8 idiots making your whole party look stupid. Because if it's just one person, you could be like, well, it's just the one guy. But when you've got half a dozen of them, it's kind of starting to look like that's representative of your whole party, and it may be best for you to just not let those people talk anymore. That's just my advice. You're free to do whatever you want, RNC, because it is kind of hilarious to watch. Ring of Fire has fresh content 7 days a week, so if you want to be reminded about it, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell to be notified every time a new video goes up.